Esistono davvero tantissime applicazioni dedicate agli investimenti, ma lo sapevate che non sono proprio tutte uguali? Oggi vi porto a conoscere BeWise, grazie a Matthias Van Den Eede, Head of BeWise. Hi Matthias, and thank you so much for inviting me here at Azimut offices, at the place where BeWise was born. And today, as your sweatshirt suggests, we're going to talk about BeWise. But however, I'm a little bit confused. So why we are at Azimut offices and we're talking about BeWise?
Sure, and welcome here, Fiona, at the Azimut office. It's actually a good question. BeWise is actually a brand of Azimut Investment, which is part of the Azimut Group. Now, of course, maybe a lot of people don't know Azimut. It's a leading asset management company in Europe. And when we joined Azimut, we really had let's say, a goal to find something new to target millennials, Generation Z, and to make finance accessible. And actually a funny story, in this exact room is where the idea of BeWise came to life. Yes, in this exact room. So that's the correlation between BeWise and Azimut.
So now let's suppose, it's not true, but let's suppose I don't know anything about BeWise. How would you explain it to me?
Well, it's actually very simple. I would say BeWise is an easy mobile application to really open up the investment world and savings world for people who don't have any experience or any knowledge about it. Actually, the idea behind BeWise is, I look a bit at myself. I don't have a financial background actually, so when I was interested in finance, I didn't know where to start. I was like, okay, what should I read? Which company should I invest in? When should I invest? And to me it was like, there must be something already on the market that simplifies this for people. And especially in Europe, there was not really the case. So the aim of BeWise is to really educate people about the easiest things on how to save money and invest it, and provide a better future for themselves, but also for the world. We also took a lot of care on the, let's say, the environmental aspect within BeWise.
So everything started from you. For you, you woke up one morning and you said, okay, I want to invest somewhere, but I don't know how to do it. That's right?
Yeah, I would say not like that, but yeah, I mean, we were thinking within Azimut, okay, we should do something, digital, because BeWise is the first digital investment app for the Azimut Group. And like I said, I was then, looking at myself, what is missing, what do I wish that I had when I started my investment journey, and that's when we started working, on the idea for BeWise.
So you're trying to fulfill a gap in the investments market.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's so special about BeWise, or let's say what's one of our strong points, is not only we use a lot of fancy technologies that make the user experience better, but we're backed by the Azimut Group, which is 30 years plus of experience in the financial industry. So we combine this fintech approach together with the experience, which I think makes BeWise something unique in the market at the moment.
So you introduced the technology thing. So in your vision, technology is a fundamental pillar of the investment market. So how can technology help those who know nothing about investments, like me and like you in the past, and maybe felt a bit left out?
Sure. I think it's an end-to-end story. Like I said, it's technology together with experience, but I think technology is really important. Especially in the asset management industry, things can be quite complex. We have the MiFID questionnaire, we have forms to be filled out, and a lot of things I think we can improve by providing a better user experience. I mean, if you look at BeWise, we are not your typical investment app. We try to keep it light, be a bit more relaxed. So that's one way, and how we do it is we use these new technologies. For example, we have during the onboarding process, like this selfie scan and the ID document, which should improve the experience. But then also the fact that you now have this what's called open finance approach, when you can use open banking like we do, is that you have a real overview of all your financial situation, which before you didn't have. And of course, because you have the whole overview, you can really start budgeting and start playing around with these big data numbers and provide a really personalized approach to our clients.
BeWise was created by industry experts and is designed, as already said, for people like me who are not very experienced at all. So how long did it take for you to create this application in order to translate, let me use this word, translate complex things into something we can all really understand?
Yeah, it was actually quite some time. I think we started the project in early 2022. And you have to keep in mind that it's really a new business model, like a new approach, a new target group for Azimuth. So we really start from scratch. We really had this like startup mentality approach. So there was a lot of testing, a lot of feedback, a lot of reading, speaking with our target audience, and all these things. After the feedback, reworking the design, the flow. Took us almost let's say 1 year and a half before we had something good in the market.
Many other platforms in the market offer individual company to invest in. Why did you decide to go for thematic portfolios instead?
Yeah, sure. It goes all back to BY's being easy and simple. And we want to do the same for the portfolios. So our thematic portfolios are managed by professionals, by Azimuth. So you don't have to worry about when to invest or what to invest in. We just give you a theme: environment, healthcare, technology, whatever you like, or at least the trends that we think have an impact or are meaningful to our millennials or Generation Z. And you just pick the fund you want to invest in, you know what to invest in, and that's it. We take care of everything else.
So when it comes to investments, we are always a little bit skeptical, because I'm entrusting my savings, even if they are 10 euros or 1,000 euros, to someone I don't know. So please help us to get to know you. Who is behind the investment bundles of BY's? Who are those experts?
Yeah, so of course we have our fancy colleague Davide, who is managing the funds, but he's not alone. As I mentioned, we have the Azimuth group behind us, and we have a global team. We're worldwide, so it means that really on each local market, each industry, we have experts following it for you, so that we are always sure that we are up to date with the latest information and we can react on it. So the whole Azimuth team is communicating with each other, so that Davide knows, okay, these are opportunities, or this is happening in the markets. And I think our track record of Azimuth proves that your money is in good hands.
So it means that those kind of investment is less risky?
Well, there is always a risk when you invest, of course, because we cannot control the markets. But by investing in portfolios, thematic funds versus stocks, it's more spread, the risk. Because of course in a stock, let's say if I invest in a certain company and the company goes bad or does not a good job, you're solely based your money on that stock. In a thematic portfolio, you really have, let's say, a basket of 100, maybe 200 different companies that are in there, and that we manage and follow to see, okay, now we should sell this one, buy this one, with the experience of Azimuth. So I think people who are doing this on a daily basis usually should do a better job than new, unexperienced clients.
One thing I love about BY's is that is not user-centric, but person-centric, because when you fulfill the things you ask in the app, the first thing that it asks is, what is your goal? What is the wish you want to fulfill? So I really love this feature. And how did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time working on the application before it went live, and a lot of that time was in really doing market research, talking with clients. And one of the things that really came out during those conversations is that people always invest towards a goal. Either it's for retirement, it can be for a new car, a home. There is always a goal behind it. So we also wanted to start from that.
So and it's not playing a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a real goal. Sometimes we call it a dream, and we want to be there in the app to really guide you step by step to reach that goal. And even before we started thinking about a goal, there is this famous motivational speaker. I think his name is Greg Reed, and he had a quote which I think is a bit mellow, but in some way it makes sense. And he's saying that if you take your dream, you put an end date on it, it becomes a goal. And then if you divide that goal into different actions, it becomes reality, and you fulfill your dreams. And I think this is something similar we would like to, or we do with BY's.
That's a great thing. I will write it down, note it for myself too, because it's really interesting. One last thing, I'm curious about something regarding Be Wise. So the partnership you started with WeForest. What does investments have to do with the environment?
Yeah, I know it's maybe a weird link to it, but at Azimuth we always say that investing in your beliefs is the core at our value. And we believe with Be Wise that when you get profit, you have responsibility, not only to the clients, but also to the environment, to the planet. So that's why we decided with Be Wise, okay, what can we do? So we partnered with WeForest. We have our own project in Brazil where we, let's say, basically reforest some areas. And we want to include the Be Wise community with that. So every time they invest, they have the option to donate 1% of that investment, so that together with us, or let's say Be Wise, we not only invest in yourself, but you also invest in the planet and in a better future.
So let's end with the last question, which is, what do you see in the future of Be Wise?
Well, originally we are an investment app, but we're now really working on this financial education part. Also, in the app itself, we have what it's called a personal finance manager. So we really want to push forward on that to really help people better understand their financial situation. To me, always, if I see the funnel, we have investing at the very end, because you don't invest with thin air. So we want to really help people to get to that investment part. So I think the step before that is the savings, and even before that you have the spendings. So in the future, what I see is that probably we will do something with that as well.
So you're creating a path, not just a single goal.
Exactly.
To go to that goal.
Exactly. We want to be there step by step to reach your goal, to reach your dream.
So thank you so much, Matthias, for being here with me, and good luck, because you're very young and very, very good at doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Fiona, and thank you for being here.